For sure. So branding in itself is something that it's on another level right now. So whatever you're selling, whatever product you push, whatever company you represent, at the end of the day, branding is what is going to kind of separate you from the rest. And we have an opportunity to brand ourselves. So just because I work for a company called New American Funding, when most salespeople think branding, they're thinking brand New American Funding, but that's actually not the real way to go about it. You need to brand yourself as the actual subject matter expert. And most salespeople, when they brand themselves, you go to, like, let's say their Facebook page, right? Or their Instagram page, and it's just all ads. So it's just say, hey, this is the rate, here's the cost, check out this new program. But I personally believe that that's really the wrong way to go about it, because they're just looking at an infomercial. And so for everyone listening, if you're thinking about, like, well, how do I brand myself? How do I do this? How do I do that? I got a great video on YouTube on the channel, but really, in short, what it comes down to is you need to produce content that is in direct tie with the results that your product gives. Does that make sense? So if your product does A, B, and C for this specific client, then that's actually what you need to talk about. You need to put out content, not in a sales way. So for example, even though I have a business that sells coaching programs, mentoring, etc., right? On my content, I never pitch it. So all my content is straight value. And so if you ever go to my page and you absorb the content, it's gold nuggets. And that's what I believe branding is you are positioning yourself as the expert. If you catch a video, or if you produce a video that directly speaks to a person that is in your audience or your target market, they're going to want to learn more about you. But see, if I was making videos and saying, hey, check out my mortgage consulting business, or hey, let me be your mentor, or hey, for this much money, you could buy this program, it's not really there, right? Instead, I'm going to bring you value. I'm going to show you what I already know. And then you can basically gravitate towards my pages, which I branded myself. And that's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
that's how
Twitter,
I found you.
etc. Yeah, exactly. And it grows. And so, the business in itself, it's just on autopilot right now. And I'm blessed because that in itself feeds itself. I don't, I really don't mess with it. But it took a while to get to that point. And I'm not a person who likes to be on video or anything like that. But I had to push past, and at the end of the day, there's probably a lot of people that are listening that don't like their voice, or they don't like the way they look on video. And at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about serving value. You have so many different creative outlets that you can leverage right now due to technology, due to social media, where you can blow up your business. And even if it's not part of your primary business, think about doing that, because it's absolutely free in most aspects, and it's setting you up for future revenue streams. So you're not just reliant on your primary revenue stream, which us in sales, we understand that, it could be up and down, right? It's not always good. And there's going to be tough times. And when those tough times come, do you have another revenue stream, or are you going to be a salesman on your sales floor hunting from a place of desperation? And I promise you, one thing that really separates top producers from everyone else is they never hunt from desperation. They hunt from confidence, because they know that it's not that one deal that's going to make or break them. They know that they have enough reserves, right? And that's something that I've noticed from mentoring thousands of LOs or sales agents all across the nation, is they make a little money and they completely change, which is okay. You make money, you upgrade your car, right? You go from the apartment to the condo, and then the condo to the house. You start wearing nicer clothes or what have you. But at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is, are you living check to check? Are you confident to where, you have a good amount of reserves in your bank? Because as a salesman, we're not in this business for base. We're not doing it for our hourly, right? Where we thrive is the commission. Where we thrive is making sales. And I think that because that is the fact, a lot of salespeople come at it with a tinted kind of view, like tinted lens. So they're trying to sell versus serve. And a lot of my content teaches you it's not about, selling. You actually have to serve that person value in order for them to buy from you. Everyone is selling. Advertisements are selling, radio ads. And so people are always being sold. Now, what makes you different is when you actually change your dialogue and the rhythm of your tonality to where it's actually genuinely to help them, to serve them. And so, you know, there's a ton of techniques, you know, from outbound calling to inbound calling. I even have like a free sales script you can get at salesyourmaster.com. You don't want to use a business email because it'll get quarantined, but that script is free and it has a ton of content, but it shows you a different way to communicate to your prospects. You know, there a lot of people, when they do like outbound calls, for example, right? They come at it with a tonality of a business call. So they're fishing, they're asking, right? Or offering. And what that script shows you is that when you approach an outbound call as if it's already going to happen, you get a different result.
Much more
right?
conversational.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's already in place. This is going to happen kind of like through the tonality that you have, you know, that you're delivering. It's like, hey, this is going on. You're going to get this, blah, blah, blah. It's almost, you know, you're talking about it like it's already in motion. Where a lot of salespeople, they call and they ask, like, you know, they make it a business call. Like, hey, I just want to see if you're in the market, or hey, I just want to see if you're interested, or hey, I'd like to follow up. You got to be creative and make it seem like there's always this like temporary campaign, or hey, you're in an area, like you're in a special area and we're targeting this area, and good for you because check this out, you're going to get this. And when they hear that, of course, everyone wants to hear what special they get. Everyone wants to hear what deal can they get.
Why
That's
am I special?
What takes their, exactly. Yeah.
What's special about me?
Really, exactly. You know, and I think that's one of the key things. But yeah, I you know, I went on a rant there, but
no, it's good stuff, man. I'm just letting you drop nuggets to the audience, man. That's what they're here for. That's what they're listening for. But listen, I mean, you say a lot of things that resonate with me. I mean, you know, coming from a place of confidence when you're prospecting or you're in a deal is one of the number one things that separates salespeople. And the reason is because the salespeople that they don't prospect enough on the front end, and they don't have enough deals in the pipeline, and they have to work every deal down to the bone. Right. And because they don't have anything else to do. And then they go into those meetings to close those deals and they come out very desperate. Right. Mm-hmm. Coming off desperate isn't the problem. The problem is you didn't prospect enough on the front end. You don't have enough deals in your pipeline. Right. But it's just like dating. It's like anything. Confidence is king. And I absolutely love that. And your tonality can be sensed from a mile away. Right. It's, you know, this guy, you know, a lot of people want to be around confidence. Confidence is infectious, right? They want to be around people that are experts and confident and want to do business with them. So I completely agree with that, man.